I see a lot of people talk about how kindness and empathy have weaknesses, and well, I just don't believe that, to be honest. And here's why. You see, a lot of the things that people say are like the weaknesses of kindness or empathy have far more to do with a lack of boundaries than almost anything else, right? And a lack of boundaries isn't the same thing as an inherent weakness in kindness or empathy. Because if they had inherent weaknesses, then those weaknesses would be present even if you had strong boundaries. But if you practice strong boundaries, suddenly there are no weaknesses to being kind or empathic, right? So this is my whole point. I don't think that kindness and empathy have weaknesses inherently within them. They don't. What the problem is that many people aren't taught how to have good boundaries, and then beyond that, they're not taught how to uphold those boundaries with other people. Because too often we prioritize wanting to be liked by others as opposed to wanting to be treated well by them. But it's far more important to respect yourself enough to basically ensure that other people treat you well. That's what you want to do. Have that self-respect, don't allow people to mistreat you. And that means having boundaries, not allowing people to treat you in certain ways, because if they do, you're going to walk away. A boundary doesn't mean that you're going to try to stop people from treating you in those ways. It just means you leave the situation, right? You can't control other people's behavior, but you can certainly control your own. So if people treat you in ways you don't like, you can tell them and then leave. Don't tolerate it, right? Don't have friends or family members or especially significant others who treat you horribly. You should only keep people in your life who actually respect you enough to treat you in the ways that you tell them to, the ways that you want them to, right? So going back to the original point, if you practice strong boundaries, then suddenly kindness and empathy don't have any weaknesses. And I know there's still that argument that you can take empathy too far where you start taking on the emotions of others, but again, that can be a boundary as well. Just make sure you don't allow yourself to go that far with empathy to the point where you start basically absorbing other people's emotions. Instead, you can feel what they're feeling for a little bit and then take a step back and be like, okay, I'm not going to get sucked into whatever emotions this other person is feeling while still being there for them and creating space for them, right? So I don't believe this argument that kindness and empathy have any weaknesses. They don't. The weaknesses come from a lack of boundaries, which is a separate thing entirely. So there you go. Thank you for coming to my rant, but I truly hope this short video was helpful, and let me know in the comments if you agree with the rationale or if you think that I'm wrong. I would love to hear what you guys have to say.